Lucas.
Did you mean me or?
Yes, I did.
Okay, I am Ryan.
You get. Oh, I'm sorry. It was. I had you in the list. All the lists was out of order. Ryan.
No
I did.
worries.
You've got a free bonus round. Go ahead.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Let me look real quick. Okay, so when meditating on sigils, they tend to like move around and stuff. They try to like my mind will go to a place where it's like trying to visualize the feeling or like energy or what have you, and I end up feeling very confused at exactly what I should be doing because I've been at this for a while and have kind of taken on a lot of contradictory ideas. Like, for instance, if I was hypothetically trying to attract a partner, would I try to feel the connection being made, or do the like feel as if you're already together, or just focus on the sigil and feel nothing, or
Yeah, if you're doing a sigil, it's like you're trying to work with your conscious and unconscious mind at the same time. But if you're just doing as in what you're describing, but the point of a sigil is to only work with your unconscious. So you should only be staring at, only focusing on the sigil without thinking about it or allowing your other thoughts to color it. And in terms of the sigil moving, like, yeah, that's standard, right? And it just happens. It's part of the process, and it will calm down over time with practice. The more you meditate, the more sigils will stabilize.
so
Right.
don't
And
try to like stop it, just like let it happen, but don't like try to make it do anything else. Just like, well, that's happening.
just keep bringing it back to stabilization.
Okay.
And this is easier. It's easier to start with simpler things like a single point, or a single shape, a symmetrical shape like a circle, a triangle, or a square. And visualizing sigils is much more complex, and it's harder, particularly if they're asymmetrical. It's hard to keep them from wiggling and moving. But that's part of the discipline. It's part of the practice, and it's just something you have to practice.
Yeah.
Making symmetrical sigils helps.
Yeah, I have a tendency to kind of hammer everything down from the sigil designs to like practicing and like scheduling in life to the most base components and see what's quintessential. Because I kind of have a lot of plates I'm trying to spin, and if it gets too complex, it's like too many complicated plates, and that's
Yeah,
just too much.
yeah. Spin less plates. It's like literally you want to make it as simple as possible
Yeah.
in all things. Simplicity in all things is key, and it really is. I mean, it's like if you do it too much, it's like it's the same with like taking on too many different practices. Like people are always like, oh, they like schedule out like, oh, I'm going to do these 10 different rituals this week. I'm going to do Liber Resh and meditate and do this and that and all the 3 pentagrams a day. And it's just too much. You can't keep up with it. You got to keep it simple, right? But you keep
Yeah,
it simple, stick with it. That's the key.
stripping everything down is tough because it's like we have complex lives. Like I'm trying to work on my relationships,
Yeah.
senses of codependence, health, art, money, and it's just like that's too much. That's too
Welcome to life.
much.
Welcome to life. Yeah, but I mean, it's like, but this is also with magic. It's like usually it's like with magic, you in the Kali Yuga or Dwapara Yuga, whatever yuga we happen to be in. It's best with spiritual practice to, at least at the beginning, undertake it as such that it supports your life, right? Instead of as a totally separate practice from it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you're not in a monastery, you're in your life. And so if you're going to add magic, why not add magic that supports everything else that you've got going in life?
You
Then
mean
you're not working against yourself.
practical, or just like for the sake of focus, for being focused,
Both.
or
Well,
just
there's nothing
seeing?
more there's nothing more practical than just increasing your ability to focus.
Yeah.
Not glib, but it's really true, right? So it all helps. But I mean, you can be focusing on sigils that are specifically meant to facilitate your goals in quote unquote the real world, right? And we talk a lot about this in the 7-Day Magic Supercharger, which if you haven't done that, I recommend.
Yeah, I'm finished with it. I'm still doing the like mini sigils for like the one big goal of inner independence, which is very vague, and I don't
No,
know what
that's a
it
good goal, though.
but
It's a good goal. Sometimes vague goals are good because they're not dependent on specific things. What is achieving the true will? I mean, that's what that is. The same thing, right?
yeah, I mean, true will is hard because I got Gemini in my south node and Sagittarius in my north, which upon looking it up, magic is my true will. So it's like, that's fucking weird.
Kind of. I mean, it would, and it isn't just it is. It's just a guidepost. But you could also read that as you're going from being pulled in two directions, because Gemini is being pulled in two directions at the same time, right?
Yeah.
It's duality of mind, right? And it's also saying one thing and meaning another, right? Whereas Sagittarius is a single point of focus. So, I mean, there you have it, right?
Yeah.
And the quest for truth and all of this stuff, right? But it carries its own pitfalls. So, yeah, I mean, I just keep practicing. Usually that's the answer. I know people don't want to hear that. It's just like, just keep practicing.
It'll fall into place. Just keep practicing.
Yeah, and these are standard things. The essential moving things like this, these are standard. So, and the only way through them is practice. There's no magic trick.
Also, I wanted to throw this in here before my question ends. This book, if you're looking to buy the I Ching, don't get this one. It's absolutely terrible. Even though the cover art is amazing, don't get it. Don't get it.
There's a lot of. You always get the Wilhelm one.
Yeah, I got this before I started watching your stuff. I bought this like 2 years ago. I don't even use it. I use like free online resources instead of this. It's that bad.
Yeah, you can get the Wilhelm free on the whole text of the Wilhelm is free online, so that's all you need. Thank you for the warning. Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit out there. Great. Okay. Good practice. Keep going, everyone. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. In the meantime, today is the last day for Alchemy of Chaos at the $100 off discount. So it's going to go. It's basically till end of 4th of July weekend. So you have until midnight tonight Pacific time to get it, and then the discount will be done. It's not coming back, and but we will still be there will still be seats in the course. We will still be selling it, and it goes live in mid-July, right? But the discount will be done. So if you want the discount, today's the day. So magick.me/p/alchemy, or it's the first thing on the site, and it's going to be phenomenal, as hopefully you can tell from the awesome video there. All right. Hang in there, everyone. I will see you very soon. Glad everyone's doing well.